Happy holidays.
Good evening, everyone.
Welcome, and I'm here, Michael, again.
Ursula.
Randy.
And we are CEO Boss.
Yes.
We have, of course, my hubby has joined us this evening as one of our co-hosts because we don't have our original co-host here with us, which is Shonda Ponda. She's out tonight. But anyway, happy holidays, you guys. We got the holidays coming up, and we are excited. It's a lot of things that we're going to get accomplished coming up in this new year. Can't wait to see it. I'm excited. A lot of entrepreneurs came out this year, 2021. So 2022 is going to be the year to see what you guys are going to do with your businesses, how you're going to expand on it. And this is going to be interesting just to see how everybody's going to thrive. So with that being said, we have a couple of guests this evening that are going to be joining us. And I feel weird because I'm doing all the talking this time. And normally Shonda be here. She'd be talking too. But hey, it's all good.
And I'm always the shy one. I'm always quiet.
Yeah.
I say I talk too much.
We have two guests this evening.
Right.
Mr. Ade, who is with Row Artists, and Miss Ty of Sprinkle Me Pink Cakes.
Right. And we have him, of course, of Neo Solutions.
Of Neo Solutions.
I hate when I do that. But you know what? I'm glad that you're here today, honey, because we had a couple of questions as far as when the last time he was on here. We knew we was going to see him again, but we didn't know we were going to see him this soon. So anyway, with that being said, he has actually started a new venture with Neo Solutions, introducing the Crypto Cafe that's coming soon. And please tell us a little bit about what you got going on with that venture.
I should say Crypto Cafe is coming soon. It's eventually going to be a brick and mortar, place that's not only crypto themed, but there'll be a lot of informative platforms and just a place to relax and converse and network. But all of this is going to begin digitally first. So, keep your eyes out for it. Crypto Cafe and Lounge.
Right.
Crypto Cafe and Lounge. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. We could talk about all the cool stuff,
Is you going to name some coffees after you?
Well, we're going to have some of my signature blends.
Blends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Had a little coffee thing going on in the past, So I did make a little noise in that arena.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite pastimes is coffee, just for those who don't know.
Yes, coffee drinker 24/7.
Can you tell us a little bit about what's going on right now as far as with the crypto?
Well, 2022, we're going to see a lot more interaction with companies as they transition into this new atmosphere of the web, which is blockchain. You're going to have a lot of people asking questions and really trying to figure out how they fit into the fold, but everyone fits into the fold. Everyone doesn't know that yet. Everyone hearing about crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Shiba Inu, NFTs. The media puts a lot of information out there, but a lot of the details aren't out there as far as what is actually happening. Unless those who are, really, really digging into, what this whole update and upgrade in the internet is. Yeah. So, there's a lot. I mean, as far as, I would really like to have time to sit down and break it down, but, it gets lengthy. But, blockchain in itself is a conversation. But NFTs are fun. So that's a more interesting conversation that people would rather have right now. As far as purchasing them, as far as, again, investing into them or even creating them. So these are some of the categories that I've been dealing with.
Okay.
So if you have a website and you have social media and you're ready to take that to the next stage and monetize and tokenize what it is you're doing, the sky's really the limit. There isn't any company that cannot be a part of that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's going to need a podcast himself because
Yes.
the a walking book of knowledge when it comes to that. And I know it's like a lot of things that have to be went over and discussed, and there's a lot of parts of it that people don't understand. I really still don't understand it myself. I'm still in the learning phases, and it's very, very meticulous, and it's very intricate. And I know you have to. It's not so much as you have to like want to learn it, but I mean it's something that you do want to learn because it is going to be like the new wave of the future that things are going to kind of like navigating toward that. So that's something that you kind of do want to get involved in, especially if you want to make money. I used to like the casinos a lot and going to the casino, playing the games and everything. And Michael had to bring it to my attention, like, do you realize since you've been investing your money in the, I guess the crypto market, that I haven't been as much wanting. I haven't went to the casino in a long time now, and it's like I don't even have a desire to anymore because now instead of me going and wasting my money and when it's gone, it's gone. Like I can actually watch and see it grow when I invest into this. So that's like way more interesting for me. But anyway, I don't want to bore you guys. I don't want to keep you guys on one track subject, but I did want to touch on some other things today. Just doing what we do normally as a part of CEO Boss and doing the documentation preparation. Just let you guys know some things are coming to an end because it is the ending of the year. And I know there's a lot of people that are curious. It's like, because I'm one of those curious people too. Is unemployment coming back? Are we going to see the EDD again? And you know what? From what I'm learning, we might. It's a very high possibility that we will be getting it again. Just in speaking and reading what I read today, they're in the process of trying to get a bill passed. What's it called?
Social spending bill.
Yeah, the social spending bill. So we have some people up in there that just don't want to, cooperate and approve things, and you know how that goes. But at the same thing, at the same time, we have some people that are very passionate about it that are, it's going to probably more than likely, I think it will rule in our favor, and that, a lot of things that were taken off are going to be coming back. So a lot of people are worried about that. In addition to that, got to remember it's the new year. So this is kind of cyclical. It kind of repeats itself. We lose it in September, and then come February, March, it rolls back right around again. And then we have this new variant, what is it called?
Omicron or Omnicron?
Omicron, yes. So you have that. It's spreading rapidly. The good thing about it is that we haven't heard as many deaths as before when coronavirus first came out.
It seems like a lot of people that are vaccinated are experiencing this new variant.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know anybody who's been hospitalized.
No. I've just seen people get sick.
Knock on wood.
COVID-19 again. It's been a lot of talk about the booster shot. And a lot of people have said to me, well, not a lot, but some people have said to me, like, when they get the booster shot, that's when they caught it, or they came in contact with COVID again. And I noticed that a lot of people that are vaccinated are the ones that are getting, that are coming in contact with it. Like people that haven't been vaccinated haven't really been affected too tough. But
I like to say, they don't speak on it much, but you're taking a vaccine, so you kind of want to go. You want to make your checkups kind of regular. I don't know.
Yeah, Cause I got my we got me and my daughter got vaccinated a couple weeks ago. So far so good, but we still gonna take our COVID test too. Most definitely,
Not just
most
that.
definitely.
Um, I know this is going to sound kind of, but you want to get people who've been vaccinated want to get their blood tested. You know, make sure that they aren't clotting because
Mm-hmm.
that has been one of the drawbacks from it that a lot of
Mm-hmm.
younger people and healthy people have been dealing with. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so I think that's something that people need to talk about a little more too.
True. I know that I've asked a few people like what are their their have they had any issues, and a lot of people that I've spoken with, I know they initially got really sick when they
Mm.
first got vaccinated, but then some people that I do know, they said they've also experienced like different changes in their body, and it's not the same as before. And me
Mm.
personally, I'm just not. I'm not. I mean, to each his own. You
All
do
right.
whatever you think. I'm just personally not. I'm not going to put it in my system because I've never smoked. I don't drink really. I'm occasional drinker. If, a glass of wine here or there. And so I'm just real funny and I'm real funny and weird about putting things in my body, especially foreign substances that I have no clue about. I never even took birth control. That's how I got 8 kids. So big
Mm.
go figure, that's just how it is. But, we have one of our guests ready, which is Ty
Ty,
from from Sprinkle
frequently
Me.
pink.
So we are ready. Whenever she is, we're ready for her.
It's all
So
about
we
being healthy too.
Yes, you got to
Being
stay healthy.
more conscious and what we put in our bodies.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting older. We got to be careful amount of sugars and us not eating enough. I mean, a lot of us don't eat vegetables or fruit, and then we wonder why our immune systems, aren't as strong or why our hair won't grow or our skin isn't clear. But,
right.
we have to keep a balance, It's, our
Yes.
bodies are machines, just like our cars. We have to make sure it has coolant in it, oil, all them things have to be balanced off or your car's not going to function properly.
Right.
Yeah, so far so good. Knock on wood. Nothing happened yet. Everybody different. Everybody's body is different. So far so good. First time when I caught the COVID, the first year it came out, I just lost my taste and smell. That was it. That was it. That was it.
Yeah, I
My daughter
remember.
didn't catch it. So far so good. My antibody's good, doctor says. So far so good. Hopefully I'll be one of the lucky ones that don't have no problem. Well, hopefully me and my daughter will be one of the lucky ones that don't have no problem. So far so good.
What I've seen, most of us
So
have
far.
strong enough immune systems to deal with now when we know most of us, some of us don't know if we got, that's why I say we have to get checked.
Mm-hmm.
We got to know what's going on. And we got to be careful what we put in our bodies.
Yeah, I
You
do.
Uh, there's some
Amen.
serious stuff going on out here.
But
Yes,
you
it
guys,
is.
just be careful because, like with the the shortage with funds and everything now, and with the unemployment did end, it caused like a bad effect, uh, which became a ripple effect, and
Mm-hmm.
then a effect, and so people, they're wow, we have Ty that just joined us. I'm sorry, so I'll continue to say hi, Ty.
Hi, trying to see how this thing
Hi,
works.
Ty.
Hello.
Hi. Oh, there it
There you
goes.
go.
Hi,
Hi.
Good
beautiful.
evening.
Hi.
How are
Pretty
you this
good. How
evening?
are you?
I'm good.
Good, good, good. So what's been going on, lady?
Nothing much. Just, trying to get to it.
Trying to
Ain't
get you
nothing
ain't
wrong with it.
getting to it. We be seeing your work. We see what you've been doing. Yeah. So talk to us. We've been talking about Sprinkle Me Pink for a long
Tell us
time. And just
tell us a little bit about your business, about yourself, if you don't mind, Miss Ty.
Okay, well, I don't do this. I'm usually in the background. Y'all got me
I'm
outside,
not a
but
talker either, honey, so don't feel
this is
bad.
not me. Like, but no, pretty much, um, I just started doing this in like 2011, 12. After I left my job, um, just stormed off. Like, look, just leave. I can't do this no more. And I just went into business for myself. It actually started off with accidental sales because I wasn't trying to, I was just displaying things that I know how to do. I'm at home, I'm just doing stuff, and people coming to my door like, I want to buy this. Can I get this? I'm like, I don't even sell this. Like, I was literally selling things that I sell now for like $40, $50 for like $1 because I didn't, I didn't know any better. Like, oh, $1, $2, $3, I don't know.
Right.
What do you want to give me? But it just took off. Like every couple months, I was doing something else and trying to reinvent myself and trying this and trying that and trying to figure out ways to, put myself out there. And then basically word of mouth. I didn't really have to do much to get, recognized or noticed or for people to try and, book me. It was just happening at one point too fast. So yeah,
Wow.
it was, I didn't really, like I said, I'm not gonna say I haven't worked hard because I
Right.
have. Like, I'm still working hard. But as far as people finding out about me, like, with social media, like, oh, post every day, post all day, I've never done that.
Okay.
I probably do need to post more, or whatever. But it just happened. It just
Did
happened.
anybody inspire you to do the cakes?
No.
Okay.
I inspire
Okay.
me.
That's
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You got any best-selling cakes?
My custom
Because
cakes, like the custom like party cakes, birthday, and then like I have specialty cakes. I do so much. We'll sit here all day talking about what I do, like all night. Like I do so much, and me by myself. So that's what makes it a little hard.
yes.
It's me by myself. I don't have employees or my kids. They do certain things, but because I am the way that I am, I rather do it myself so it can be done right. And I don't want to be snapping at nobody, man. So I just do it myself, get it done.
so. Let me ask you: you're self-taught, huh? How
Self-taught,
did
yeah.
you get so good though? Like you
Okay,
look like the of a
okay,
bakery.
okay. So with that, I like even in school, I wasn't like the person sit there taking notes, listening to the teacher. Like I'm hands on. Show me one time I got it. Why do I have to sit here and listen to you? Why do I have to take notes? I never study for a test. I never, why do I have to do that? You told me, you said this is this. I remember, or if I see something, I could figure out how it was put together. I don't need to read instructions. I get stuff all the time, put it together. I don't read instructions. I look at the picture on the box. I put it together. So I'm a more hands-on visual person. So with that being said, a lot of the stuff that I do, it just come natural. Like I do hair. Hair is my first love. Like I had a pressing comb since I was in the 6th grade. Like I still have that pressing comb. I'm hands on. Like nobody can't tell me nothing about hair.
Okay.
So with cakes, with whatever, I have a vision for it. Like granted, like, when I do my events and cakes and stuff, of course I'm not looking at somebody's cake like, oh, how did they do that? I do my own thing.
Okay.
But I just practice and practice and practice until I perfect it. Like I'm good with my hands. I'm very visual and creative. I'm not the textbook. Somebody has to show me. Can you show me? I'm not that person.
Okay.
Like nobody have to show me anything. Like when it comes to being creative and stuff like that.
Okay.
Just practice.
Have you ever called yourself or titled yourself an artist?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I am.
All right,
I love your confidence. I love your
got
confidence.
a odd question. You,
Okay. You got questions? I got
are
answers.
you good with geometry?
He
Are you
said,
good with geometry?
Geometry? Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest right here. Let's just moment of truth. When it comes to anything, if it's not counting money, don't ask me nothing about
you
numbers.
like me.
I don't measure nothing. I
The
don't,
reason
because listen,
the reason I
but artistry, I'm good with my, you know what I mean? Like I'm a creative.
believe it or not,
So,
You
Visionary.
got a little
what you
talent.
do is geometry.
huh?
And when you can eye stuff like that, that means you're pretty good with geometry.
Yeah, maybe in a sense, but let's just keep it real.
Right,
If I had to sit down and take a geometry test, I'm a fail it off
right.
top.
The
So
formulas, but the application of it.
He thinks that's
yeah,
negative when people say they're not going to succeed in something like geometry. I'm just going to put it on out there because I've
No,
had
I
teachers
don't think that. No, I'm saying,
okay.
no, what
Okay. So in math, listen real quick. So in math, okay, you know how some people are dyslexic when it comes to
right.
reading
right.
and stuff like that. With math, there's something for that, and I self-diagnosed myself because, and not no, not even trying to be funny. I swear it's funny to me. I laugh
Me
too,
too.
but like on really, I like when I was taking college courses, I went down to the counselors and stuff. I'm like, how do I get tested? Because I know there's something wrong with me when it comes to math. I ain't ashamed to admit it. Don't ask me how to do. I don't know. Google it. Don't ask me nothing. If it's not about counting my money, I don't know how to do
That
it. It don't matter. Simple stuff, multiplication,
Right,
division.
yeah.
But anything past arithmetic, elementary, don't ask me nothing. It don't matter. I don't care. Like, like I don't need to know how to do that. I'm not trying to be an architect. I'm not trying to be, it don't matter. Like, so I don't geometry. Yeah, I don't know where you got
Toot
that
your
from.
horn a little bit right here.
That's not
You
me.
got,
That's not
you
me.
got two different mindsets, believe it or not. You
Okay.
had the arts and you had the sciences. The sciences are a little more technical. Those are you got different kind of maths as well.
Baking is a science.
Exactly. And it's an art as well though. So
Yep.
you got most of the arts, they have a lot of geometry in there, even if you don't know the technical measuring part of it.
Hmm.
But you're making cakes, when you're designing stuff, that's geometry. Circle,
Oh yeah. Oh no, for sure.
you
The
know.
graphic design and stuff that I do in Photoshop and
Right. The
measuring.
reason
I need a 5x5 and all that. Like to me, I don't know. I guess to me that's just like basic stuff.
exactly.
I mean, that's like 1+1 is
In
2.
actuality, you're actually exceptional in geometry. That's why you're successful at what you're doing. You got some people that can read a book and articulate something, but the application of something, is completely different. You have people that are not as detailed when it comes to articulating, explaining formulas, but you ask them to build something, they'll build it.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
So let me ask you a question. Are you planning on doing classes in the future?
I already do classes.
Do you?
I've been doing that. Yeah, I do hands on, and I do I have online
Okay.
classes, like pre-recorded classes that I probably need to update. But I have one-on-one classes. I have like
How can you get to these?
pre-recorded private classes.
Is there a
Hmm?
website for your one-on-one classes?
No, you just
Just
contact me
contact you.
privately. Message or call or email or contact me through social media. A lot of things I don't have on my website like readily available because I
Well,
want to
you will.
control the I
You
control the situation. Like I want to control the
will.
traffic.
Right. You
If I
will.
just put stuff there, people can just click and buy and put in the cart and buy, then it's overwhelming for me. Like I run this show, nobody else. So
Right.
like I don't need nobody. Oh, I just paid and she didn't respond. Not look. So contact me directly with one-on-one, and then we'll go from there.
Right, right, right. Okay, so where do they contact you at? What is the
Well, first and foremost, you can email me info at sprinklemepink.com or Instagram sprinkle me pink LLC. Phone number 424-571-5009. Facebook sprinkle me pink LLC. Yeah, just the name of my
Okay.
business. They can DM me. They can text that number. They can call. They can email. You can, yeah.
and hers is different because her pink is spelled PYNK.
People. Right.
Yes.
Sprinkle me pink PYNK on Instagram. And
Yes.
I met you through Keisha Keisha King.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Keisha,
one of
Keisha,
our good
Keisha.
friends.
And then I met her through like my best friend's cousin or something like that. Yeah, she referred her to me or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Keisha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when I did,
I remember now.
when I first had tasted your cake, because I was so
Uh-huh.
excited, we went to her party, her dinner party she had at a restaurant, and we were
Hmm.
looking for somebody that made those crunch cakes, some strawberry crunch
Oh,
cakes. And you know
yeah. I
what
did a
I said?
banana pudding cake too, I
Girl, you made a
think.
Ooh.
snicker cake. You made a,
A Snicker cake.
and
Okay,
I remember
Snickers
exactly what
cheesecake
you made.
cake and
You got to send me a sample of something.
I was so excited
I
because
haven't
remember
tasted your cakes yet, but I
I
heard
said
they
she
were.
made the one.
you missing out. But go
I
ahead.
said she made the one with the strawberry. Remember, Michael? And I was like, she got the one with the crunch on it, and I was
Also, my
so
birthday the next day or something.
y'all was the same day. Y'all was the
Mm.
same day.
Okay.
So anyway, but I was so excited. So I remember I told her I was like, "Oh, let me have a piece of a big piece of it." They weren't that huge, but the size
Yeah.
of girl. Listen, I was like, "Oh my god." I said, "Give me her number," and as soon as I got her number, I couldn't wait. Okay, to call her.
I
I was
know. And you've been rocking ever since. Like you get your cakes, your husband.
Do you
so
have a lot of orders for Christmas coming up?
I don't do holiday stuff anymore.
Okay.
I look. It's like when I first started, you know, you got to pay your dues. You're trying to get everybody to, hey, can you? I'm doing Christmas. That's out. I'm not doing no Easter, Mother's Day, Father's Day,
why?
Christmas. It because number one, I'm gonna be honest. It may be a little blunt, but people don't want to spend no money, and to me, it's a high demand. The price is up. It's stuck when it's a holiday. That's my personal time that I spend with my family. You want A, B, C, D, F, G. Just like if you go anywhere else, when it's supply and demand. And you want those chocolate covered strawberries for Valentine's Day. Granted, any other day it's gonna probably be whatever, but you can go to Godiva and get 6 for $80. Like, yeah, don't play with me. I don't have the time to waste, for when I could be spending time with my
Right.
kids on a vacation, the holidays, and you want something for $25. I don't have anything that's $25.
I
So
understand.
That's a good point because if you look, because I know this, I know last year I did. Matter of fact, and I need to ask you about this. Last year we did the edible thing where you send it because you can ship it out of town or whatever. The
in the
edible
airport, go
fruit
ahead.
with the chocolate covered and all of that, like you're
Hmm.
saying. And so just for that, for a little bitty, remember we sent it to a couple people. For the small one, it
Hmm.
couldn't have been no bigger than. I don't think it was no bigger than this.
I don't even see y'all on the camera, but
You
go
can't
ahead.
see us?
No, I just see shoulders.
Really? Girl,
Oh, she got
I
us
can
there.
see. I can see y'all.
so it was like
I can see half of her face.
so listen, it was this
Uh huh.
small and
Hmm.
I know I spent like $130.
Yeah.
That's not
See.
even the shipping part of it. What?
And not to cut you off now, when you order from those places
Uh,
online, like I said, if it says Sherry's Berries, Sherry's Berries are not making them. They're just the courier or
right.
whatever. So it's coming from somebody, whoever. They're frozen, they're
Mm.
little, they look kind of rotten, they thawing out when you
Really?
get them. Like, yeah. So I understand that just because it's on TV or because, whatever, like they think they're getting quality. Oh, this is Sherry's Berry. Oh, this is whoever's arrangements, whatever, but it's not Sprinkle Me Pink. And that's the thing. So you can go to Sherry's Berries. You can go to, it's not going to be like mine.
Let me ask you a
So,
question, Ty. Have you ever thought
mhm.
about upgrading to that point, to that? Then maybe, you never want to take it that level?
That will
Mm-mm.
require you having more than yourself, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. And, like, like I said, when I first started out, I was doing the holiday stuff, Valentine's Day. I even was shipping stuff like when I first started, I was shipping everywhere out the state, Tennessee, Vegas, Colorado. I had so many orders to ship, like especially on holidays, and it was just ridiculous. I feel like now I already didn't pay my dues. I don't have to do all that to try and notice me. Hey, pick me. I don't have to do that anymore. Granted, I still have to work hard, of course, but certain things I don't have to do anymore. I don't have to. So I leave it to the people who excited about this and it's new and they're figuring out, oh, because every time I turn around, there's somebody new who want to dip an apple, who want to dip a strawberry. And during the pandemic, now everybody does everything. So that's for them to do that and run all the sales and sell, $15 cakes. I'm not selling $15 cakes.
Right.
Because you're not making no money. I had to learn that. So that now it's for them to learn, So just because it's a holiday, that don't mean cheap. Holiday means spend more money. Just like if you was to go to Target, wherever you go, when it's in demand, like, oh no, the price is up, So yeah, I'm not interested in the holiday stuff. Now, if you people, my regulars, and they, may contact me like, hey, it's a little different. But just to be honest, I don't have the patience for that.
Are you trying to get out of it? Are you not wanting to do it anymore? You just want to teach it now, or you still want to?
Okay, certain things I don't do. Like, okay, I have a lot of services that I offer, but there are certain things, like if someone wanted to order, I want a dozen strawberries and I want 2 dozen candy apples and I want a dozen cupcakes. I don't do that anymore. In order to get my treats, you have to book a table. Mm-hmm. The table, meaning candy table with the backdrop and the full decor and you have to book the table.
Right.
Now, that's the only way I do treats. And as far as the cake goes, you can order a cake, no problem. You can order a cake, and I may allow you to add on a dozen of cupcakes, something like that. Right. But just to be, I'm past that. You have to keep growing. Like, that's not for me anymore. Like, I move past that. So just doing treats and all these cute little decor and little treats with the faces on. I can't, continue to do that. That's staying stuck in that same, when I first started. Right. Now, it's a little more. It's a little, I've progressed past that. So it's not that I don't want to do it anymore, but I do teach it. I'll teach you how to, the candy apples, the treats. I have different classes and people take the classes. I get a lot of inquiries about it. I get people who call me from out of state. Do you travel? Can you, come teach the class here? I do eventually want an event space so that I can hold my classes there, as well as I'm already a one-stop shop. I just don't have a physical location. So if I'm already a one-stop shop, if I have an event space, I can also teach my classes there. I can also, here, you booking me for your party. Why don't you book this space? You need a space, right?
Right. So, I mean, it sounds like the direction you're going more into teaching and training, which makes sense. I mean, because people will waste your time. And that's wasted money. I know.
That's just part of the game. I know that's just part of the game. I just, I'm very direct, and eventually I'm going to start charging consultation fees because time is money, and I get a lot of people who waste time, and I understand. Look, I'm a realist. I know stuff happens. People mean well. Your intentions may be, but at the same time, it's still a business, and for anything else that's event related or whatever, for a wedding or something like that, you have a consultation fee, and there's a set amount of time you can talk about XYZ. You can't message them and talk to them for 5 weeks about nothing. Right. I've had those things happen a lot. People will message you, contact you for hope. I had one girl been messaging me since 2013. She has yet to book an order. And every time I scroll back to the top, because I don't delete anything, it's like, you look familiar. Oh, 2013, you had me doing all this stuff, looking for stuff. You know how I do, Ursula. Right. I'm going to get it together, or I can do this, I can do that. And then let me ask my husband. Red flag. Anytime somebody say you got to ask their husband, I don't want to do business with you. You have to ask your husband.
I mean,
because your husband really don't care about this stuff. You just tell me it's too much, or you have to ask your husband. That's a red flag for me, and I'll just politely let them know I don't think I'm a good fit. For what you're trying. I'll let them know politely, but
because think about it, you would have thought about asking your husband before you called, right? You already knew what you wanted to do.
Right.
Yeah. Get there like a husband. What's the amount I could go? What's my limit?
Yes.
Then call. Like, why have a limit?
and I never hear from them
we make
again.
as the women, we make the decisions when it comes to stuff.
And
They
that's
still
what
don't
I
make
do
it
know,
involved
and that's what
like
I
that.
do know, whether I have a husband or
You
not.
know
That
what
much I
I'm
know.
saying? Exactly.
That much I do know. So that's why when I get it's automatic. Oh yeah, I'm booked, or I don't have a problem with saying that.
That
Oh no, I can't. I can't. Mm-mm. Because a lot of times, like, granted, like, I'm grateful for everybody who contacts me, even if it doesn't equal an order. The fact that you recognize me, you notice me, or you sent my information, you liked the picture, you shared it. Listen, I appreciate all of that. It doesn't always support doesn't always come in monetary, like ways. It could be any kind of way you supported me. If you tell somebody about me, if you share my picture, I'm fine with that too. But the other side of that is people want to run your business. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Or
Mhm.
if I say my hours are from 2 to 6,
Mm,
you can't call me and text me and message me at 2 o'clock in the morning,
say it
and
again.
then if I don't reply, now you're emailing me. Now you're calling the phone at 8 o'clock in the morning. Now
This is
it's
you.
like I have, just like anywhere else, I have the right to refuse service. So I will block you.
Right on.
That's how I refuse service. I will block you from all the social media platforms. You cannot contact me on my phone. You cannot, so
I think a lot of the time people don't realize that they how rude they're being because they're just
yeah,
looking at their business like, okay, um, I don't even know how they're looking at it, but they don't realize how rude they're being and how much of a headache that they can become. And people are really rude and they don't respect
yes,
time. They don't respect none of that. And it's like, okay, you kind of got it. Like I have put a post not too long ago. You respect is earned,
yes.
and you know what I'm saying. So you have to make me respect you, basically, because
Hmm.
if I don't respect you, I'm gonna act accordingly. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And then, if you respond in a certain way where they deem is, oh, that's not professional.
That
I'm different, and what's for me is for me. What's for me is for me. So can't nobody go make a post about me. Can't nobody go tell it on the
Right.
mountain. Go tell the hillside. Whatever you want to do. I, you know, I'm gonna handle it the way I feel it, because you
Mhm.
can't tell on me. Who you gonna tell? You can't tell on me.
I think that's the issue when you get clients who whether they made a put some money down or they purchased something, they think hey,
I own you.
you
I
know,
own you now.
right,
You're at
you're
you're
yeah,
you're
you're at my
accessible. You
disposal. It's my disposal.
we will all do it. I mean, because how many of us been in? Hey, let me talk to corporate. You know what I'm saying? We've done it.
yeah.
Mhm.
You
I
know,
mean, I know exactly what you're saying, and I know exactly where you're coming from because
yeah.
I just experienced the same thing. And then to tell me I'm unprofessional, how?
Well, what's your definition of professionalism or unprofessional? It don't fly over here. So
All
the customer is not always
Well,
right. Not over
my
here.
part.
I don't know about everywhere else.
She said not
Yeah,
over
not
here.
up in here.
I guess this is stuff I have to look forward to.
Steve Jobs said it best. He said, "How could the customer be always right if you don't even know the product I'm about to come out with exists yet?
Yes,
You know,
Mhm.
exactly.
I'm about to come out with the product. How you gonna tell me about it?
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Well, it's true that it's like, you know what I'm saying, you have the right, like you say, you don't have to deal with me. So if you think I'm unprofessional, you definitely don't have to do
No.
business with me. And guess what? I don't have to do business with you
And
either.
and,
Right.
and
So we can
Ursula,
go our
you've
separate
done
ways.
business with me as far as ordering and stuff like that. Like I get to the point, the details. I don't require much. I
You
don't
do.
call you. Oh, I forgot what you asked for and what you said. It's straight to
Right.
the point. Handle the business. Tell you the price. We handle our business. I show up. I deliver. Like, I don't
Right.
do all the back and forth.
You
For
do.
me, it's unnecessary, because now I think you're going to be a problem. Like, someone can contact me and say, "Oh, hi, I'm looking to book a table. This and that." I'll ask, "What's your budget?" "Oh, I don't have a budget, girl. I'm going all out. It's my baby's party." Okay.
Yeah.
So now you want, Gucci, Chanel, Louis Vuitton, type product, and then when I hit you with the price, oh
Right.
wait, no, I wasn't expecting to spend that. So you do have a budget. It's okay to have a budget. Budget don't mean broke.
Uh-huh.
People need to get that out their head. Budget does not mean broke. Budget means that you want to spend XYZ. Let me know so I can tell you what you can get for XYZ. You know,
That's smart.
That's
That's
business.
smart.
but people take
That's a good
offense
one.
to. I guess it's ignorance. People don't understand. They take offense to asking about a budget.
Exactly.
It's like, no,
Uh-huh.
that lets me alleviate all the in between, like the gray area. Just tell me, and I can tell you what you can get based on what you're willing to spend. And if you don't have enough, I can. Sometimes I'll try to figure it out, but if not, I always have backups. Like, oh, I can refer you to this person, that person, my friend who does this. I'm not salty about it because I didn't get the sale. I'm willing to, let somebody else make that money. But if someone's difficult starting off with changing stuff the whole time before the event starts and calling, checking up on me, I'll give them their money back. Well, some of it. And I don't want to, because now you're becoming a nuisance. You don't call and check up
Right.
Walmart when you book a cake order, ask them to send you a picture of the cake. Don't call me and ask me about no picture for no cake that I'm doing. You don't. How's things coming along, girl? Your event is a month away. What do you mean? How are things coming along? What you asking me about? Like what you talk?
She said it's a month
I
away.
think it has a lot to do with the kind of business that you have too. So certain things, they can, like what we do. People are going to be expected to call
I'm
and
not
say
making
how
no
things
cake
are
a
coming
month
along.
before the
But
event. I'm not in here decorating and blowing up balloons. Like, what are you trying to figure out? Oh, where your money is? I already know what it's about. Let's just be real. You're trying to see if I still have your money in the bank or something. Like, once you give it to me, it's mine, no matter what I did with it. Like,
Right.
as long as I deliver and do what I'm supposed to do
Right.
per that contract, don't be counting my pockets. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Right.
Whole ownership accessibility thing that people go into
Right.
once they paid for something in advance.
Lord have mercy.
But being able to
Yeah.
access us, though, that's really what it is. So sometimes it behooves us to have those 800 numbers and those
Yeah, that don't even
buffers
work sometimes.
in between. Well, I mean,
But she's very Ty. I'm gonna tell you guys. If she
hands-on.
says she's gonna do something, she does it. When she said, and I especially love this part because I'm lazy, y'all. Sometimes and she deliver, and she has her travel fee, of course, but that's within reason. Anybody that's doing that, going above and beyond it, out of their way, that's what they should do as a business owner, or entrepreneur. So, I just know that she's very professional. She's very good at what she does. Not only does it look good, but it tastes as good as it looks. And I think you are exceptionally talented, and I've always told you. And I think what you do is like amazing because I'm like, shoot, I wish I don't want to do it, but I
Right.
knew how to do it, but I ain't
But
trying
teach
to
the
learn how to
kids.
do
They
it
can
because I
learn.
don't know anything else right now,
Teach the girls.
girl.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
if they clean up behind themselves, part right there. So thank you so much, honey, for coming on here and talking about Sprinkle Me Pink. We already got some things coming up. We got some birthdays, so I'm gonna have to
Alright.
get at you again if you're available. I hope so. And
I know. Yeah. That
and
right
so
there. Yeah.
me and you're gonna be talking anyway. So yeah, we
I'm gonna
appreciate
have to try
you
one of
so
those
much.
cakes.
And we want y'all to go check her out on Instagram at Sprinkle Me Pink, PYNK is the way you spell pink. And then she also has a Facebook. And very soon she'll have a website coming back online. So you guys check her out for all your taste treats and all of that. And then the classes, of course, if this is something that you want to do. And also, like she said, she's not taking, because I understand that the minimal, how frustrating that can be. Only if you're serious and you are trying to do something that is going to be like, what's the price threshold?
Yeah.
If they spend, what do you spend? Like
Yeah,
1,000 or more?
It's like
Or like
$1K or more?
like
Oh,
my
that's
table
what's
Because
setters.
that's what's worth it. Like,
They, before they were a little less, but now knowing my worth and what I'm really doing, all the work that I'm truly doing, off top they're starting off at $2,000. So every now and then I run a special. You can get a smaller version of that table for XYZ. On I do run specials and stuff like that, but if you're not paying attention, you're gonna miss it. And I do giveaways. I gave away a whole free table. Oh, I didn't see it. Oh well, it was on the page. I've been blasting it, and I gave away free cakes. I didn't get so I do my share as well. If being
Mhm.
appreciative of people who support me and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
So
it'll
what's a
be a custom
table? What's a
backdrop,
table consist of?
balloons,
Like, what do you get?
custom desserts,
Hmm.
treats, custom party favors, everything to match, like the chip bags, the custom whatever party favors you want, whether it be the chip bags and mini Gatorade bottles or apple cider, whatever anything you can buy in the store. Basically, I customize it, the cake as
Uh-huh.
well. Now the cake's included.
Now
A
that's just
certain,
the table, so the
you
cake
can
is
always
separate.
upgrade your cake, but it starts at a certain size, and then you can upgrade your
Okay,
cake. But it come and I include like the little
got it.
like the little party props. I don't know if y'all can see this, but like if you do like a theme or something like that. So let's say you doing Space Jam, you know, yeah. So if you were doing Space Jam or something like that, you'll get this little
Oh,
prop
okay,
or
you do
whatever.
that. Okay,
A
cause
couple of
Yeah.
props to match, and then the tabletop props and stuff like that. So it's you getting,
Okay.
I try to tell people that sometimes I understand people want to save a buck. We all do. But if you nitpick and try to pick apart based off what I told you the price is going to be, you end up spending way more trying to run around and do that stuff for yourself because you don't know what you're doing. Um, so you running around just in gas alone, running back and forth. Oh, I'm gonna go downtown. I'm gonna go here,
You do.
order stuff on Amazon, order, and then the day of the party, you have all this stuff, and who's gonna help me set it up? And that's I do it all. So
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
you
So
said it
with that
as
being,
he
well.
like
being
as
said, how
well, huh?
much for like a regular German chocolate cake? Just regular.
Mhm. Something-
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, not
He just talking. He just
German
talking.
chocolate is my favorite
You
cake,
are.
right.
actually.
He said he was gonna
German
make
That's
it
my
chocolate.
himself. He
absolute
will
favorite
because
cake.
I
It was
don't
my
like
daddy's
But
favorite
that's what I'm
cake.
coconut.
saying.
Rest
She
in
said,
peace. That was his favorite cake. That's the
Is
best
it?
cake. And now I'm gonna tell you something.
Wow.
Like my
in the
mom,
world.
No,
she's
don't
like
say
I
that.
don't like
she
German
bakes, but
chocolate.
she's not a baker. She's
Listen,
more of like a cook, which I do that as well. But she makes German chocolate cake, and she do everything the icing from scratch and all that. And I don't like that icing. As much as I bake from scratch and do all, I do not like the German chocolate cake icing from scratch. I want the Betty Crocker one in the jar, that sweet one that tastes like turtle candy on my cake.
oh, oh. Well,
Ooh, you never
Oh,
had
can
it.
I
She
Huh?
might
interject?
be
Can I
right
interject?
though.
First of all, I
She
don't.
might be
Let me
right.
explain something. I grew up not liking coconut,
you
right?
just told the
Mhm.
secret.
I don't like it. All right. So a
Mhm.
coconut cake would be out the question. My mom, like yours, she makes everything from scratch. And she makes that German chocolate cake and the
Yeah.
icing. Is the I
Listen,
mean
that German chocolate
it's
cake
the
icing
cake.
by
It
Betty
makes the
Right.
Crocker.
cake. It's
Listen,
delicious. I was
when I tell you, my mom, she knows.
I
She's like,
have
well,
to
she don't want me making from scratch. If you gonna make it and you make it from scratch, you're not making that cake for me. I want the store. She know we both the same when it comes to store bought stuff. I'm like, mm-mm. But that icing in that can tastes like
Right.
tastes like almond joy turtle caramel. It tastes better than anybody's from anybody. I don't care who said they could make it like that.
right.
It
Was
don't. It don't. My
my
mama say the
mother knows
same
how to
thing.
make it
Everybody,
just
oh, it
like
tastes
that.
just like the. No,
It
no,
tastes
no, 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 no.
yeah.
Listen, listen.
She
Try
don't
it. Go
say
to the
it.
jar when you get off the
She
phone.
don't
Go stay the
look.
brother
Say
My
no.
and get
mother don't brag on it. I'm saying,
and it's
you know, I
and it's
want to
like
try
it's really
yours.
good. And my mom, she
I'm
be like,
getting
I don't like
yours. I'm
using
gonna
stuff.
see. I'm
I'm
gonna
like,
have her
listen,
make one,
I'm
and I'm
trying to
gonna
tell
have you
you, I've
make one.
had so many people
I have
German
my
chocolate
own
cake from scratch,
competition.
and granted, it's good, but it's not what the taste that I'm looking for out that jar. Like, oh my gosh, it's so good. It tastes like candy. It tastes like candy.
Got
Gotcha,
you. Right. Right.
gotcha. I'm gonna try to stick with you.
Me
Maybe
either.
I don't
Me
know.
either.
Maybe they got it going on and they didn't mastered it. But like I said, I used to be. I don't even eat coconut like that. Well, I didn't,
Oh yes. And, okay, so
but I was all in the pot with
okay,
my
so
finger
I
licking
had
it
never
out. I'm
ever in my
saying,
life
So I
ate
take it you
carrot
make
cake,
carrot
right?
cakes as well
Until
too,
I started
Ty.
making carrot cake. I had
I
well,
never had
love
carrot cake.
carrot
I would
cake.
look at it like I might want that. Like, oh, what is that? Like, I started making carrot cake, and now you can't tell me
Uh-huh.
nothing about carrot cake. And I'm so extra. I have different layers of carrot cake. So you got the carrot cake, regular carrot cake. Then you got the caramel pecan carrot cake. Then you got the cheesecake carrot cake, and it just goes on and on and on. Like, cause I do too much with everything. So everything I do is too much. So
Mhm.
Mm.
okay.
Right.
I'm gonna
Okay.
have to get me a
Well,
carrot
we
cake.
are going to have you back on here
Okay.
again, honey. It
Nice.
was a pleasure and a joy.
Thank
Thank
you
you for
for
joining
having
us,
me.
and we will be getting. I will be getting with you soon.
It was a
Yeah, I'm about to
Okay.
pleasure
come over
having
there
you.
and get in
All
that
right.
kitchen for y'all and cook something.
Thank
I cook
you,
too.
You're
honey.
I cook too. I
welcome.
do all
people
that.
making me
I do a little.
hungry.
I
Go
Good
do
ahead.
luck
so.
with those cakes. Gain a few pounds.
I do everything.
Okay.
Okay, you
Fry
consider a little
lobster
baby
tails,
D,
turkey back, all that. I do
huh?
everything.
I know you said you hair and cook. Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, I ain't a
Right.
Thank you for
seafood
having me.
person. I
Lamb
like
chop.
to do some
All right.
seafood.
All right.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
Thank you for joining us, Ty.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. We will talk to you soon. Good night, honey. Okay. Okay. So we have our next guest waiting. We have all day. Actually, he goes by the name of Ro, and he's an artist. Hi. How are you?
Hey, Ursula.
See us.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay, if
Hi.
you
Like, what's up, brother? How's it going?
Good. Can you see us?
Yeah, I see y'all.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Okay.
Y'all see me?
The last person couldn't see
I
us.
mean, are we both on the screen, or is it just our?
Y'all both? Oh yeah, it's half and half.
But
I
you
see half of
have.
Ursula.
Oh, okay.
There you go. The
Are you
love.
still
There it
there?
is. There it
Okay.
is.
Okay.
We're getting
Um,
somewhere.
yeah. So how have you been?
I've been well. I just been, running around, busy,
Right.
trying to get
Right.
to it.
Well, we are happy to have
Yeah,
you on here. We wanna ask you first off, what exactly is it that you do?
I'm a recording artist for a label called Zion, Tiny
Uh
Universe.
huh.
Yeah, so that's what recording artist. I've done, music for a couple films, commercials, and then also some self-promoting things as well.
Okay.
So yeah,
How did you get
and
started in that?
excuse me.
How did you get started with that?
Oh, actually, a friend of mine named Meech, he was the one who connected me to some friends of his that were a part of, a label, and then that really just went from there. It was really that simple.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just a friend, just recognized, that I work and put in the work to do this, and then he brought me to the right people, and I just kept working from there.
Okay. And how long have you been doing this?
With this label, it's been about 3 years.
3 years.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, with this particular label, yeah.
Okay. So you were doing it before as well.
Oh yeah, that was a whole other thing. I was all over the place trying to figure it out. So I went from I was in college in the dorm room trying to see how do I make these calls to these labels, who I need to talk to, who's the street team, like whatever. I'm running into people at the airport, like you gonna see this face, I need to get contact. Like
Okay.
so I was that guy making CDs. I'm like going to events, like hey, play this and hit me up. Yeah, so that's how that started. I was all over the place trying to figure it out. Yeah.
Something just clicked.
Yeah. It's just the right, really just right people,
Right.
just the right person to bring you in. So yeah, that was, and I was in Georgia doing all of that. So when I moved back to California, it got easier, so with the friends that I had, yeah.
Okay. So what's your advice to somebody that's like wanting to do what you're doing?
Relationships, connections, honing in on your craft,
That talent.
consistent What'd you say?
That's it. Yeah, I'm reassuring what you said. The talented part. I didn't hear you say that at first.
Yeah.
You're very.
Oh yeah, yeah. Honing in on your craft. Find out, knowing your audience. Uh, my favorite thing was authenticity with music. Because that's something you can't really. Uh, that's you. You know what I'm saying? So that's you. Nobody can be you. So it's just like that authenticity, and yeah, try to put your friends on it, or some good, talented people who want it as bad as you as well.
Mm.
So
Just keep it going.
would you think
So
it's a good idea? Like, let's say, okay, your situation, right? Where it took you, you had to work to get where you're at, and you had to, click in with people. So if somebody comes to you and be like, "Well, put me on, put me with the, let me get with your people," what do you think about that?
that's fine. Before I let anybody in, I'm always checking out, like, if you're actually serious, if you act, what your kind of person you are, because I don't want to, let something in the house that shouldn't be there, and then that's my name. So being very careful of that. Um, but then, just seeing their work, and then once you go from there, what I do, like, in real time, is if I see the work of somebody doing something, I'll mention it to, management. Let them hear a few things. I'll check them out. I really think they're good people, or they're cool, but I know you're good with working with people like this, and then go from there. So that's what I do. It's for me, it's not hard. It's not hard. It's just like, if I see something, it's dope, and they're good people, and because it's still the relationship too, and then I would yeah, just try to plug it in, and let it go from there.
Okay,
And after that, it's what they do.
so like, how do you feel like with what's going on lately with a lot of these artists that have been getting, you know, murdered? I guess you want to say, or killed.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
That is tough. Condolences to all the families who've been experiencing that with their family members and friends and stuff. It's really crazy. Things you just have to be careful. I came up learning, you know, be careful of the energy you put out, because somebody has a point to prove. So be careful of those type of things. Like what kind of content you put out.
Mm-hmm.
And but keeping good people around you, stay protected. And then it's LA, and I mean, not even just LA, but
Mm-hmm.
people look at certain artists, especially with Flash and stuff like that, as like targets.
Right.
A target,
Mm.
and then you meet that with pride or whatever else, and then you have a bad situation. So, but it's definitely be aware of your surroundings, and being mindful of the company you keep,
Right.
and how long you are in a place, and having people with you who understand these places too. You can't know everything that you're getting into. You can do your best, but if you can have some people who make scope a scene out, or just
But
be mindful of where you
loyalty
step in.
because it's like you said, it's loyalty too, because it's also the people that you're around. Like, some of these people could have been people that they, put them, that they were dealing with, that set a situation up.
Yeah, that's very, very so true. That is true. Very
Yeah.
true. Like,
Yeah.
you have to be mindful. And again, yeah, be mindful of the company you keep, as you said, and the loyalty,
I think a
and honoring and things like that. It's because it'd be the ones close sometimes.
Mm,
A lot of times it'd be
Yeah.
the ones
think
close. As they say, I used to think, like, nah, no way. And it's just like, and then when you experience some of those things, you're like, I can't believe that's actually a true thing.
right.
You know, and
I think
but yeah, it's crazy.
I think you said something key earlier when you said the content and the energy you put out. You know, uh, especially coming from the big cities. Or just period, really. If you're putting out the energy that you are you gang, you a gangster, you
Yeah,
you got the Draco and all of that. At least, I mean, I'm just being, honest. You know, if that's the type of energy that's being put out there.
Well, see, I
It's
haven't heard
yeah,
these rappers. I just know it's like been about in the last 2 months, I think it's been four that's been
About
killed.
four, yeah. One I seen
I
on the news today, and one a couple days ago. Yeah.
I do kind of. I mean, it. I see it. Um, I pay attention to. I'm from Detroit, so
Right.
it's for years it was like that there. It's just really
Mhm.
to the point where rappers can actually live, and come back and visit, but it's definitely the energy you put out there and
Yeah.
surroundings. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, you don't hear too much about, and then I mean, people what they say, keeping it real goes wrong. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
the young guys when you gotta. I mean, I understand you gotta protect yourself, but when it's that serious, you gotta have bulletproof vehicles and stuff like that. You don't need to be in the neighborhood anymore.
If you got to have
Right. 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 Absolutely. Absolutely. If it turns on you because you want to do something for yourself,
Exactly.
by all means, go somewhere where there's hopefully like-minded neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? That
That's
if, especially if you can afford it.
stuff.
Um,
Ew.
yeah, that's and then sometimes even in those neighborhoods, like there are communities, there are good people and things like that you can associate yourself with, that are trying to do things, and you can just keep building those bridges. But yeah, but yeah,
Do
be
you
mindful of that energy.
do you think, like I think Lil Boosie said it? He said, when you start becoming a certain when you get to a certain level, you don't need to live in your neighborhood that you grew up in. You need to get out of that neighborhood because now, you know, what you think about that?
I think
Do you think you
I
can
think that's
stay in the area?
I think what one more time.
Do you think that you could stay in the same area that you grew up in, or
once you
that you
Not
live?
not necessarily not these areas that people are saying like, yo, I came from where the hammers was this and the this was that, and if you was
Right.
rich, and it's just like, yo, like, I mean, you even know it yourself, you said you're from it, so what happens when you become it,
Well, well,
and then what's going to happen? But I really, but also if you can afford it, like invest in giving back to those neighborhoods, creating resources in those neighborhoods to sometimes it has to be from a distance, in my opinion, depending on where you're from, and if you smack dab in the hood and you still stay there, and you're a multi-millionaire, it's a lot of people hungry, and at that point, I don't care who you are sometimes.
right,
Right.
you right.
They don't care if you how close you were or what your past was. It's not always that. It's not to say everybody's like that, because they're not. But then there are some people, and that's all that takes.
with
And so
Tupac,
being
Tupac
able to do things from a distance.
oh,
What'd you say, Mike?
no, I said Tupac made reference to the neighborhoods he grew up in. When the police came to those neighborhoods, they had to put on body armor and all type of things, and,
Mm-hmm.
and come with a slew of off, So if you're living in an area like that, it's not safe.
Yeah, it's not safe. It's
Well,
not safe. By all means, if you can provide for that space, if that's what you choose to do, because you come from it and you relate and you know everybody's story, like because you guys come from the same cloth. I get that and I respect that. I have much appreciation for people who reach back, but you have to reach back, and
Right.
in a way where you are still safe, because if you're not here anymore because you decided to be able to say, I could walk anywhere, I'm good anywhere. I'm like, okay, but now because of you, we lost a resource. Like the
right.
youth has lost something they could have had an opportunity in, but you feel like you need to be everywhere, unprotected, everywhere, without a guard or whatever you may need. But my thing is like life ain't really, it's not a game, so it's just like you have to be, you can't play around like with stuff like that unless you can have plans on being here like that. It's just like, and then everybody has their time, but if you can afford to protect yourself, to keep providing and continue things on for your community and things like that, I mean, I'd take it. you know.
Right,
Right.
right.
I think I got a question to ask you. I'm not so familiar with the music industry. Is there a difference between ghost writing and freestyling?
Yeah, ghostwriting is when you're actually writing for an artist. So ghostwriting is was something I've also dabbed in with a few artists. It's basically, hey, let me help you write your song, or let me write your song, or I have, yeah, pretty much what that is. And freestyling is where you have. I used to think it was something where you rap off the top of the head,
That's what I
actually,
thought
but
too.
That's what I
yeah,
thought.
That's what it
yeah,
was.
yeah, but I also I learned from it was dang, it's an old school rappers was talking about like a freestyle is when you actually have material ready, just random rap material. So if somebody puts on a beat, you can go.
Really?
See, I
Yeah,
thought
you can
freestyle
go.
they put on the beat
Oh,
and you just like get
No,
get
so
filling in
so
the beat and then just go off the top of your head.
yeah, so from what I learned, and I it's funny. I don't even want to butcher nobody or I don't know if it was Daddy Kane. I don't know if it was I don't. It wasn't Rakim, but I don't know if it was Daddy Kane or somebody like that. But it was somebody I was paying attention to, and they're like, no, freestyling. That's when you already have some raps ready, and then but it's it can mesh with almost anything you put on, and then but off the top was just having fun, like
okay.
rapping off the top. You were just having fun.
I agree. It's almost like having templates, and you know what I'm saying, in your head,
You never
like
told me that.
because it's like, well, it's unique to every different person. Because I mean, it's
Well, what's a battle rap? What is that? That's not freestyling?
Nah, you might have some improv in there. You can have some
that's what
improv,
it is.
but they
Freestyle is
prepare.
improv.
They prepare that whole time writing. They know they got something a week ahead. They
But
prepare it,
Oh,
but
and
you
then
got you
they
got
study their opponent,
you
and then
got to
they
Uh,
you have artists who have like they have certain phrases, catchphrases, that they have in their head, and it's almost like that's their art. So they have something that rhymes with it.
mm,
So you
I'm
know what I'm
sitting
saying?
up here. I'm thinking this is totally
Oh, no, don't
good.
get me wrong.
I'm
It's some
thinking all true because I thought freestyling you were just going off the top of your head, just like
no,
you.
that's
What
well,
you
you
saying?
have
that's
some
what I
artists
thought too. I think maybe
way
6 years, 7 years ago, I heard it. And like I was listening to an interview, and I was just like, and these were who it was one of those greats, that's been doing this and who
Mhm.
brought us in,
Mm,
or brought the people I looked up to in. You know what I'm saying? So that was something I was just like, wow, that blew my mind. And then me, I'm gonna listen to him because they're some of the founders of this hip hop and or really rap.
are
So
you
right.
I'm like,
familiar
okay,
with Sway in the Morning?
what about Sway?
Sway in the Morning, you familiar with that show?
Oh yeah, yeah, very familiar.
And he would have the five fingers of death on there.
Mm-hmm.
So he kind of catered to it in different levels. Like, but you had some artists that go in there and they'll switch the beat up or he'll name stuff out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Man.
That's what I mean. It's the evolution of it because it's unique.
Right.
You
So
know,
give me five of your best artists.
That's what was gonna be on my. That was my next question. What is your favorite artist? She said, "Fat."
what's
My
that? Dead
favorite,
or
my
alive or
It
alive?
don't matter. Just
So
five of
dead
your
or
top
alive?
artists.
Top five dead or
Dead or
alive.
ooh,
alive don't matter.
dead or
Listen.
alive. Well, I find myself people who I study, and I still ended up doing my like mixing some things, but like I'm a whole fan, Jay-Z. I'm a Most Def, Black
Yeah.
Thought guy. Um, I love Nas, and then five. That's funny. That's a tricky one sometimes. I always interchange it with five. It was like my five always, or my fifth one always changes, like every time. But I could safely say four that I just love listening to, or like that I really studied and practiced. I, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Those
So
are those are
that's
people I
It
really
is.
say. I
I
would
It is.
only heard three: Nas,
no.
Mos Def, and Jay
So
Z.
so Hove, yeah,
So,
most Def. Well, yeah, most
Jay
Def.
Z.
Black Thought.
Mm-hmm.
Black Thought.
You know,
Black Thought.
From
and
the roots.
I heard of that.
Black Thought is from the Roots.
Oh, from the roots. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
Black Thought. He is. Yeah, to me, he's a machine. He's just like, yeah. And oh man, Nas is crazy to me. You know,
Yeah.
but I
So
didn't
what?
pick up
I got a
I
question.
don't hear Kanye. Why don't I hear Kanye in this list?
Kanye is incredible. But you know, I guess the question is favorites, and then he would probably he could lie in there, like, but there's like I don't know. He's not somebody I necessarily studied at that time. He was somebody I enjoyed, but like my
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
favorite people are the ones who I studied. You know,
Okay.
so like I still can't deny. Like I think he's one of the greatest. He is one of the greatest that's like done it in my opinion. You know,
Uh-huh.
I agree.
yeah, just to create, just where he is, it's just incredible.
Genius.
Well,
But
Yeah.
you know, one of my favorites brought him in. So I mean,
I heard you say Yasin Bey up in
Yasin
there.
Bey, yeah, Yasin. I always try to respect it. You know, I hear
Yeah,
most of that,
yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah,
I
but
had to. You know, that's one man. I mean, I kind of share uh, the bulk of your top five. So I mean, but mines are interchangeable.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But
that's good.
I do got a question. What about some of these new artists, or who could you see yourself writing for
Oh, yeah.
out of these
Mm.
new artists?
Who can I see myself writing for? Writing for? Wow, I never thought about that. Who could I see myself writing for
Out of the new artists.
out of new
Me, I'm about
artists?
to be a new artist. I'm
Oh,
about
I
to say,
got you.
I
Let's
got a
go.
voice.
Let's
No,
go.
I
Let's
know.
go.
I can't
I got the
sing.
producer right now. I go.
I can't sing. I'm just playing.
Who would I write for right now? Um,
Or who would you like to write for? Do a project with?
do a project with. Okay, now we're talking. So,
Yeah,
who
okay.
would I like to do a project with? I would love to do a project with this guy named Jay French, out of Oklahoma. He has he has his own hustle. You know what I'm saying? He does everything like one man band, and he's like
Mm,
just super talented and sharp. And he's somebody, but I really like what he stands for. So that's somebody. He's a person I would want to work with. I would want to work with any of my favorites, but like as far as a new artist, um, shoot, it would be local people I know. Actually,
mm,
it's this guy named Donnie Waters, who I think is super fire, and he's from North Long Beach. And he's, you know, I've known him for years, and he's just always been dedicated to what he does, and he's always real. You know, I love it. You know what I'm saying? He's not the tough guy. You know, he's the enough is enough guy, but he's not the tough guy. You know, so and I really appreciate that about him. Dang, who else? Let's see, somebody we know. How about that? Somebody we know,
What
right?
do you think about the baby?
Who?
The baby.
The
What do you think
baby.
about him?
I like the baby. He's not. I like the baby. He's not somebody I always look to in the music space unless I'm studying, unless I'm paying attention to like what everybody is liking right now. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So,
mhm.
honestly, some of the music is homework, and then some of the music is like, you know, I can't help but to just love it. You know, the
All
baby
right.
is like I like, you know, I like some records for sure. He can rap. He can, you know, he can cross over and do his thing, but he's not like, for me, he's not like, hey, play the baby. You know,
Right.
Right, I feel you.
yeah, yeah.
It
That's
just seems like to me, like certain artists have more of a appeal to women, and some artists have more of appeal to men.
yeah.
You know, so to speak. I think I noticed that you have a more conscious type. You know, more.
Sorry, got a plane over me. My apologies.
Oh, that's
Where you
okay.
at?
Yeah.
Oh, you outside. Where you at? Near airport?
No, 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 no. I don't live far from the Long Beach airport though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But my bad, Mike. You were saying?
Yeah.
You said
Yeah,
men and
your
women,
conscious.
like the.
Yeah. Yeah, I was saying, like, to me, the baby, even though he's got a universal appeal, I think that he's got a pretty balanced, you know, male and female fan base. I mean, I think that's important in
Yeah,
music,
it is
but
important.
it's like more conscious music is usually more male dominated as far as the fan base. You know,
Yeah, definitely how it's delivered for sure. Depending on how it's delivered, I definitely agree with that. I was just thinking, like, I guess they're not new anymore, like, or maybe not considered new. But when J. Cole or Kendrick drops something, like, I'm paying
mm,
attention. Like I'm
exactly.
paying attention because they, as J. Cole would say, like, and I agree, I relate. Like we're like the middle child, so we have this bridge of what's happening now and what was happening then. Like in between this thing of the hip hop we knew and then the hip hop we know now. And,
Well, I'm older, so there's
Yeah.
those are new guys to me.
oh,
These are
okay,
all new guys.
yeah.
Yeah.
See,
I
and
Yeah,
know
then
the
for
old school.
and, and,
I know.
and
J.
so
Cole, the kids, they go back a good 5, 6 years now, huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe 10, like almost, yeah, almost a decade, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, close to it.
Yeah, so but within that decade, this music artists they come and go, so it's so fast, at least now,
Mm.
and so there's so many artists before, like after them, that are doing slightly different sounds, where it's just like, what is this now? What do we,
So,
it's like the new, it's like an iPhone these days. Every year there's like this new thing happens, and then before you know it, you find yourself to be the one in between what was and what and what is.
Right.
Right.
what? Yeah, it's pretty, it's growing in a sense. I remember
Yeah,
at
it's
one
growing.
point the Midwest was pretty much the biggest consumers of music
Mm, I didn't know that.
because well, if you think about it, New York, they primarily listen to New York and East. I'm talking when it comes to hip hop.
Right.
You
Okay.
know, California pretty primarily listens to West Coast and California and South, but the Midwest listens to everything.
A variety of
South
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
and
as a kid, anybody can tell you. I listened to East Coast music more than anything when I was younger.
that's
Like
real.
even despite the radio, like what if I got a hold of some East Coast stuff, I was there. But like Timberland, whatever, or whoever Timberland was connected to. I don't care if it was Missy, Aaliyah, you know,
Right.
Right.
Jay-Z. Like I was tapped in because before I fell in love with the rapper, I fell in love with the production, like the producers. So
Right.
as a kid, I'm like, who, the beat is crazy, and who's that guy in the music video who's not saying anything, but he's doing all these funny hand gestures? Like, oh, that's Timberland, the one who made the beat. I'm like, oh, so that's who I like, you know?
The beat.
Yeah,
Okay,
Right.
that's what me. Yeah, I like to listen to the music. I like to listen to the beat. If it got a good beat, I listen to the words. But if it got a good beat, I get up and dance off of a good
yeah,
beat.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think that's
Ownership.
what'd you say?
Now, my next question is about ownership.
Mm-hmm.
That's evolved a lot over the last 20. Well, we can say that's been evolving, but it's taken over the last maybe 15 years. It's evolved a lot. From
Yeah,
yeah,
it's the new
CD.
bragging right, really. It's the new bragging right, ownership.
Bragging right. Okay.
Yeah, that's that. Rap. There's always a brag. Look at my car. Look at my this. Look at my this. Or it's like that's nice, but do you own it? And that's a different topic. And then when it comes to the music, you may be shouting out your label. You may be doing all these things, talking about how you're one up on somebody. But now it's like, okay, we all got that now. Do you own it? Do you own
Mm.
this? I mean, Diddy was ahead of his time. He was like, I don't write rhymes. I write checks. Or like, it's just like, oh wow, yeah, that's the thing, and that's where the direction we're going, and I'm really happy about and excited to, like, I'm learning that, and working on getting to that space, and I'm excited about that because it's a whole different type of freedom. I mean, more responsibility, but more freedom.
Mhm.
So
Right.
yeah,
You have actually some songs and that you own that you actually NFT songs,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Ooh.
Oh,
yeah,
Right.
how's that? Talk about that.
man. That was a well, actually, that was a part of the Karen soundtrack for the movie Karen that came out, directed by Colt Daniels. It's a BT original. It was out in theaters, and then now it's a BT
Karen.
original. But that soundtrack,
We saw.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think that's one. I think that's the movie my daughter been telling me to
yeah,
watch.
Karen. Yeah.
Karen, that's on Netflix or
Let me
something.
tell
No,
you what's
it's on B.
crazy.
It's on BT originals.
Put this down. BET original.
When
Okay.
I had forgot that you had written for that movie,
Yeah.
right? And at the end, when the end came on, I was
The
at the
credit.
Yeah,
hairdresser
you
watching
told
it.
me.
And no, I didn't even see the credit, and I heard the song, and I'm like, I heard this song
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
I heard this, and I'm like, where did I hear this at? And I'm thinking to myself, like, it's driving me crazy because I'm one of the people that I can't stop. Like, if I see somebody on TV, an actress or
Mm,
something, and I know I've seen them before, I'm about to
yeah.
Google it, and I'm about to. I'm like, oh, I heard this, and I'm like thinking to myself, and then all of a sudden it clicked in. I'm like, this is all day. This is all
Right.
wrong. And then I go to your Instagram. I look it up. I'm
Do you have any coming up shows?
like, oh, and I'm like, I know him. I'm like, yeah. You know, well, like,
Yeah, yeah.
Big,
Okay,
but
big,
I'm
damn.
like,
big.
I was so proud of
Thank you.
you, and kudos. I'm so proud of you for that. Kudos to you. Like, I know you do a lot of writing and stuff, but I really like was like, man, that really like impressed me. Like, I'm like, go ahead
Yeah, I
on.
was, I was really happy to be a part of that. The director um, heard the record and immediately, like a year, like, because I wrote that song like 2 years ago in my garage. I recorded it in my garage, and
Mm.
and he heard that record, and then he was just like, yeah, this is the one. This is right before he was actually filming the movie. Like, he just already had
Wow.
it conceptually what he wanted to do, and then he was looking
Right.
for music, and it was just like, all right,
Right.
here's a
Right.
handful. He's like,
So,
that's what
so
goes with this. I need that, and I'm like, it
Mm.
was like great.
And this is a song that you 100% had the creative control of, and you 100% own.
Yes,
That's
yes,
that's big.
this and it's also uh, guy named Kevin Dangerous, because he's also on that record too. So we split that up
That's
and
right.
did our thing. Yeah, but now
Yeah, that's the
now all of our records we don't own. Yeah,
NFT.
yeah. Not everything is in. It's that record that's an NFT, and we did it that way because it was connected to a film, which gives you more leverage,
Strong.
to be able to do something like that. Um, from the understand.
Without having all of the third parties.
Yeah, exactly, and that was really cool.
Mm.
But it was a pro and con of that, but nonetheless, it was a great experience to wet our feet with that, because that soundtrack was actually the first movie soundtrack to NFT, and so we
That
were like we were the yeah we
first.
so there's like a pro and con to being a pioneer, to where.
Always. But you got to capitalize on it
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, exactly. So it like there's things we learned when we did it, but then there were also like benefits that came from it. So and then with NFTs, it's just time after that. The more this goes, the
Right.
more we push it, and we keep promoting and
So,
doing
so
ourselves. It's like, yo, get in on this.
when it was minted, did they mint? I mean, so they minted a certain amount of copies of the song, or how's
Yes,
that?
yes,
I mean,
it was a certain amount of copies. We went for 1,000 copies. We went for 1,000 copies.
okay.
We went for 1,000 copies. And so, and I had some family members get in on it. I'm like, smart, smart. There you go. We better get with it,
yeah,
like get with it.
too.
Yeah. So,
So we appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for coming on here. We
Thank
appreciate
you
it.
for coming.
And you guys, we are going to call it a good night, and we're going to say happy holidays to everyone out there. We appreciate you watching and listening. And you can, what is it? What is it, Randy?
Like,
Like,
subscribe, share.
subscribe, and share.
Did I say that right, Michael? Or
I can't.
share?
I'm always messing it up. But yeah, we appreciate everyone for tuning in, and thank you for joining us. And we are gonna go ahead and close it out with
And
our day.
you can check me out at,
I'm
Neo
sorry.
Solutions.
My hubby.
Yeah.
He's Neo
Yeah.
Solutions in presenting Crypto Cafe.
Yes.
And
Yes.
he's Crypto Cafe and Lounge. I keep forgetting the lounge part. I'm sorry. Forgive me. But
so I'm gonna have some podcasts and stuff going on. Invite you on. You know what I'm talking about. You can have a ball.
yeah. Yeah, we appreciate
It
you
was a
coming. Thank
pleasure
you
having
so
you.
much. Appreciate everyone that watches this, and thank you so much. And again,